Good day, everyone. This is Calvin, Professor C here. So today I am going to teach you how to choose which lender you should work with and which lender you should send your deal to. So as a mortgage broker or agent, one of the benefit or one of the edge that we have over the bank mortgage specialist or the banker is that we have a huge variety of lenders that we can choose and pick to submit our deal to, right? Our client can have a very wide pool of lenders to choose from. Whereas if you go to the bank, say that you go to CIBC, they would only have one choice, CIBC's lending product, CIBC's mortgage, and the guideline would only follow the CIBC guideline, right? So with like over 50 different lenders, then are you going to really learn all the lending guidelines from different lenders? To be very honest, I don't. I don't, because if I spend time trying to learn all 50 different lenders, and probably more than 50 to be honest with you, I will not be able to keep update on all of their changes, because even if I spend 10 minutes for each of them every day to see if there's any updates, it will be too much time, too time consuming. So what should we do, or what do I do personally? Let's talk about that. For me, I will give you a few suggestions. And the first one is look at your target clientele. Look at your target clientele. What do I mean by that? For example, me personally, I do a lot of client that is business owner. So they own their business. They have an established business in Canada. That's my cup of tea, if you can want to say that. So I specialize on that. Now, a lot of the time, business owner, you probably have heard that it's more difficult to borrow a mortgage from the bank. And it is sometimes it's true, because a lot of the time their personal income does not reflect their true income. Let me give you an example. Say that the company that they run and is probably 100% owned by the owner is making $300,000 profit. Okay, their accountant would probably tell them to just, have a salary, pay himself a salary of, say, maybe $50,000, and just leave $250,000 profit inside the business, inside the company. And the reason for that is because the corporate tax rate is usually lower than the personal tax rate. So if you put all $300,000 as a salary to the owner, he probably have to pay 50% tax, or he has to pay $150,000 tax. Whereas if you keep a part of it inside the corporation, it would be much lower, right? So that's the whole reason why business owner usually does not, their personal tax assessment would not really reflect their true income. However, a lot of the lenders, they actually, mostly concerned about their personal tax assessment. So they will look at the income and say, oh, $50,000. You want to borrow how much? Nah, it's a decline, right? So, and I'm not saying that that's true for all the banks and all that stuff, but generally speaking, that's the reason why it is more difficult to borrow as a business owner. However, there are a lot of different lenders out there that are willing to look at the case differently. They look at the bigger picture and not just the personal tax assessment, right? So they may look at their business account activity. They may look at some other things like financial statement or something like that. So all in all, they look at a much wider scope, and in that case, they would look at the picture in a better sense, or they would understand the financial picture more clearly, right? So by having more understanding of the business, they are willing to lend to this type of borrower, even though their personal tax assessment may only be $50,000. Okay, so for me, I have a lot of this type of client. So I would look at the type of lender that actually are interested in lending to this type of borrower. For example, one of my favorite lender would be Equitable Bank. Equitable Bank, I do a lot of business for self-client for them because they do look at a bigger picture. They look at the business account statement. Sometimes they do ask a lot of document, but I already upfront prepare the client to tell them that you should prepare that I will ask you and the lender will ask you for a lot of different documents. So just, if I ask you something, you just give it to me, right? So, but overall, I have a very high success rate with Equitable Bank. IC Saving is another one that they do look at business owner as one of their specialty. And, there are a lot of different other lenders. But once you find your target client, right? If you find that out of 10 cases, 8 of them are business owner because due to your background or due to your other side business, that you have a lot of contact with the business owner, you may want to look at, okay, which lender actually like to lend to those people, right? Whereas, if you have a lot of clients that have multiple rental, you might want to look at lenders that are willing to lend to like more than 5 different rentals. Maybe your client own 10, 15, or even 20 rental property, right? If you own 20 rental property and you go into the bank, say, I don't know, TD Bank, I don't think they would do it, right? If you go to some other lender, a lot of lender would not do it, but there are some lenders that are willing to do it, right? Yeah, so as I say, there are lenders that are willing to go and rent to many different rental properties. For example, I think Desjardins is one of those. Like, I'm not 100% familiar with those because I don't have a lot of clients that have a lot of rentals. But I think, according to my information, Desjardins is a lender that willing to take on, entertain clients with many rental properties, right? Then there are some lenders that are, willing to do rentals in a holding company, right? You may have heard that holding company is also more difficult to lend to, and Equitable Bank is one of those that can do that, right? And also, for example, you all know the stress tests that you need to use in order to calculate the payment to qualify the client. But to be honest, it is not like 100% true that it is necessary. For example, if you go to Duca, which is a credit union, or First Ontario Credit Union, they actually do not qualify the client based on the stress test. They actually qualify the client with the actual rate, right? So if your client, based on the stress test, their TDS is, I don't know, 51 or something like that, you might want to give Duca a try. And because they are using a much lower rate to qualify the client, hey, you know what? It might work there, right? So why I tell you all this is because I want to let you know, to summarize the video, is there are a lot of lenders out there. That's our edge. Each lender has their niche product, their target clientele. So for you to find out which lender you should specialize in, I think first you should find out your own target audience, target client. What type of client you have? Do you have a lot of new immigrant? Do you have a lot of foreign investor? Do you have a lot of business owner, multiple rental people, holding company? I don't know. What is your client, target client? That's the first. You have to find that out. Then look at, different lenders. Call their underwriters, call the business development manager, call their phone number, email them, ask your broker owner which lender like to deal with this type of client, right? Then when you find out which lender it is, give them a call, talk to them. Every time I call those lenders, they love to talk to me, right? And they will love to talk to you because they want business, right? So give them a call, send them an email, text them, whatever. Ask them, hey, I have a case like this. What do you think about it? And all that. Ask them, okay? And learn their policy, right? Download their lending guideline, underwriting guideline. Ask them for a copy or talk to them and jot down your notes, write it down on your notepad, whatever, right? And afterward, send them a deal. Give them a try. Take a look. Give it a try. Give them some business. And if it goes smoothly the first time, the second time, great. I think you find your favorite lender. If the first time, second time doesn't work out, you know what? Don't give up. Talk to the business development manager, talk to the underwriter, give them a chance, ask them, you know what? I know you declined my deal, but tell me what other specialty, what else I need to look out for, what kind of things you like to see, what kind of document you would want to see up front. I remember many years ago when I first started with IC Saving, the first 5 deals I think I got a decline. But I call up the underwriter and then say, you know what, I'm new to IC Saving. I want to see what kind of client you love me to submit the deal to. So after some conversation, after a few more deals, you know what? They become one of my favorite lender too, right? So I hope by watching this video, you would know that how to use your edge, right? You don't study all 50 or more lenders because that would be too much time. You don't have that time to waste, way too much time. You just look at which lender match with your target audience, talk to them, choose and pick a few favorite ones, and use them all the time. Okay? So I hope this video teach you something, and if it does, I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am now at around 920 subscribers. My goal for this year, 2020, is to hit over 1,000 subscribers. So I hope you will help me on that. It is free of charge to subscribe, but it helped me. So if it is free for you, but it helped me, I hope you would do it. Press the like button. Ask me some comments if you have any question. And as you can see on the screen, I have my book selling on Amazon. I also have a live workshop both in October and November. The schedule is all on there. You can get some more detail and as well as sign up there. Okay, so I hope to see you in either in my next video or my next workshop. Okay, take care. Bye bye.